All right. I always say this is one of my favorite questions because it is. And we all have influences in our life, Shelley, and sometimes they a whole lifetime, sometimes for a minute, sometimes in between. And when I speak, I generally share with my grandfather, who was from Kyiv, Ukraine, with my grandmother, my mom, and my aunt, and he had an accent. He came to Montreal, and anyways, he used to take me for walks in the park when I was 5. And one day I asked him, I called him Zeta. I said, Zeta, how do you know all these people? And he looked at me and he said, well, one day I just smiled at one, and then he smiled back at me, and then he started talking to me. So I talked back to him. And then this other person walked by and smiled at us. And we were wondering, they're interrupting or whatnot, but no, they were just smiling at us. And that's how I got to know all these people. And I kind of got it as a 5-year-old. It seemed pretty cool. But then I got it even more, how even a smile can influence somebody, significantly sometimes. So I know we all have lots of different influencers, but can you share, a couple that for you have been influential in your life?
Yes. So a very, very big influence on me in my life is my mentor. Her name's Dee Dee Towery. And I actually met her when she came and volunteered in prison. She came, I was in this program called Defy Ventures, and she came to be a judge. We had to do it was a business pitch competition. So she came to be one of the judges, and she just fell in love with me. And she told me, when you get out, I want to mentor you. And I thought it was too good to be true. I'm like, yeah, right. By the time I get out, you're not even going to talk to me. You're not even remember me. Well, sure enough, I got out, and she contacted me through Defy and took me under her wing, and she hired me at her tech company in Oakland. And so I was able to start working for her right away until then I got the job at Microsoft eventually. But she actually helped me, it helped me to have that on my resume, to get the job with Microsoft. So she's been an incredible support in my life. Always, every time I talk to her, she makes me feel like I'm the most incredible, talented woman in the world. She just speaks life into me. She helped me buy my first home. She's just been such an amazing support for me. And then the second person is a woman by the name of Catherine Hoke, or actually she just got married. So Catherine Jackson. And she is the CEO, or was the CEO, of that program Defy Ventures that I was able to do while I was incarcerated. And that program really changed my life. That's what that's where I for the first time dealt with my self-limiting beliefs and my self-limiting thoughts. That's where I first was dealing with my fear. And I remember when I had to do the pitch competition, my fear came into play big time. And I wanted to call in sick or pretend I was sick, right? And not go. And she had filmed a video and sent it to us the day before the pitch competition. And she said, listen, I know a lot of you are probably scared. You're probably thinking of ways that you can get out of this.
I think she's seen it before.
Yeah. And she said, listen, you guys have worked so hard. Do not give up. Do not give up. Face your fears, dance with them. Just go get on stage, because you are going to regret it if you don't. And so
that's why you dance all the time.
Exactly. And so I got up on stage, and despite my fear, and guess what? I ended up winning that competition.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Are you sure your name really was Winner, or did you change it to Winner?
Yeah, it's always been Winner.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. You've always been a winner, and you keep being a winner. So good for her. Dancing with your fear. What a great expression.
Yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share it. And then there's one more person, and it's a man by the name of Jason Ford, and he's an executive at Microsoft. And he really saw something in me. He saw my talent, and he was just this committed ally who had my back 100%. And he's a very good friend of mine today. And he's just a huge supporter, and has always been. And for those that don't know about Jason Ford, if you watch the PBS special that I was featured in, you'll learn more about who he is, and how and why he's one of my most favorite people on this earth.
Well, that's great. All right, Jason, I'm going to check it out and see what's up there. Hey, you know what you describe here is that we're all influencers one way or another, knowing or not knowing sometimes. And like you said before, we have a choice to be positive or negative, and we
Right.
may never know the influence we had, like teachers do, like a lot of people do. So why not take the positive choice? Seems like that would be a good choice to make. So congrats on everything, and thank you for sharing about these influencers. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.